there is some Trews Comments edition special. Here is some Trews Comments edition special.
Specials, I didn't know the words.
Yeah, you could have actually, because you do Phoenix from the
Yeah, we did it. I can make anything into a tune. It's amazing. How do I do it?
Brilliant ability.
Yeah, this is the Trews, the comment section, yes. I threw in a yes to make that work.
To make it scan,
Other
brilliant.
people wouldn't have thought of that.
It's like Milton. This is perhaps the best compliment Alan Tom will have ever received. That Alan guy seems like a really good lad. You should have him on the Trews again. Alan, you're a good lad. I like you, son.
You're a good lad. Oh, what about this? Harry don't want... This is about Prince Harry, because you obviously did something about President. Cole Jono says, Harry don't want kids, he wants to get fucked out of his skull and fuck hookers and slags. Smiley face. Top man. Now, I often think people are a bit confused about the use of emoticons, aren't they?
Are they?
I think people think if you put a smiley face after something, you could essentially say, all Jews should be murdered. Smiley face.
Someone said that.
If Hitler had known that... No, well, Hitler said all Jews should be murdered, but he made the mistake of not adding smiley face. You see?
He did sort of like... he went for enthusiasm.
He hardly ever smiled. Enthusiasm.
Yeah. Well, he was very enthusiastic.
Angry enthusiasm.
Come on!
Very angry enthusiasm. You could learn a thing or two from him.
Fuming.
You're always smiling. Now you are trying to rile up the masses here. That's what you're trying to do now in this.
Get riled.
Yeah, but you're making the mistake that Hitler could have taught you, smiling and making jokes in between the riling up. He never did any of that, and it really worked for him. You're always undercutting it with a joke and a laugh.
Well, I want everyone to feel like it's a lovely revolution, not all.
Okay,
and plus, there's hardly any anti-Semitism ever at all.
That's true. And to be fair, it went wrong for Hitler in the end.
You really should switch off the telly from the plug, says James Slattery, when you're not using it. Lead by example. My 4-year-old watches you every day. I'm a bit hurt, because I've always thought of myself as to be a deeply charismatic on-screen presence. So it seems 50% of the comments are pertaining to the background. Turn that off. What's that bloody bit of piping?
Yeah. But that's because people, as you know, are distracted by the things in the margins. But I'm worried that your 4-year-old, James
My 4-year-old watches you every day.
Look, whatever, what's your name? I'm assuming it's
James
some
Slattery.
No, that's the dad. I'm assuming that Tony Slattery is his son. Tony, if I were you, I wouldn't watch the Trews, especially not when me and Russell are talking about the things you cannot describe in a family newspaper.
I like this. They want to recommend Sebastian Johnson says, I'd love an episode when you show us your bookshelf and make us some recommendations so we can grow smart. He's obviously a sort of Scandinavian fella and get the necessary balls to fight evil. Going to recommend some books from David, not Updike or something that just makes you sit around wondering. Things that get you out there amongst it.
No, I like Updike. Analysing your fear just doesn't work for me. I have an irrational fear of sharks and whales. This includes images and videos of them. I've told everyone I know about this because I know it's a bit funny. I also take the sting out of it when I've got a certain image. It doesn't what gives. So this person is asking you, again they've slightly misunderstood, haven't they? Because here you are trying to rile up the populace to
overthrow their leaders, spiritual revolution.
Someone else has thought, he seems to be some kind of bloke who could cure me of my shark phobia.
You're frightened of sharks? Right, don't go near sharks. You should be alright. You don't see them in urban areas very much.
Can I tell you something, Tweak Cash? And I may be saying the wrong thing to you, but if I can just quote you, I have an irrational fear of sharks and whales. No, that is a rational fear of sharks and whales, because sharks, particularly, although whales no doubt as well, they can kill you. I don't want to make it worse, but they can. There's no question.
Unless Tweet Dash is plankton, in which case whales is also a rational thing.
Then it's very rational.
Me and my plankton friends constantly under threat.
Imagine if he's plankton, he's about 1 million people. 1 million, because they never speak as... They move as one. In fact, plankton...
They're the perfect
thing
example
for you.
for a revolution.
For you.
We're going to be like plankton. Remember when planking was a phenomenon?
Like
plankton now.
They exist in like a quantum way, don't they, plankton?
Yeah, they all move as one entity. We can do that as well. Our consciousness can access that if we feel like
but then we'd end up eaten by whales.
Don't worry about that.
I don't mean like the...
We'll just go on living in their belly like Jonah or Pinocchio or all of those lovely guys.
Why have you got a big camp to say that?
I don't know, sometimes I use it as a tool.
Oh yeah, you do.
To get across difficult information
I'll
about
say
living
this
in a whale
camp way, They'll digest it more easily if I say it like a 70s gay stereotype.
You won't understand what I'm saying about living in the belly of a whale unless I go slightly camp, so I'll do that. But what does that myth mean, Jonah, Pinocchio, living in the belly of the whale? It means that within the monster, within the jaws of death, within fear itself, we can live on. Even now, while we live under this tyranny, we can, like Pinocchio, find freedom as long as we are loyal to Geppetto.
It was just Pinocchio that was a bit camp. Everything else wasn't. Also, the nose growing has a slightly phallic thing, I've always thought.
Pinocchio, I want you to go behind me. Now, tell me you're the King of France. Oh, Pinocchio, you dirty little liar.
It must have an erotic quality then. The idea that his nose grows when he lies. That's surely got something erotic to do with it.
Any phallic object growing like that as a result of deceit has got to have some sort of sexual undertone.
I would have thought so.
I think the phallus is inherently humorous because of its multiple states. The flaccid penis and the hard penis. You never know who's going to show up.
That is,
and it's quite comedic, isn't it?
It is one of the things that makes it funny.
And the commedia dell'arte.
Yeah. And also because it does it of its own accord.
Yeah.
That is ridiculous. Anything that you I think it was in fact Bergson, Henri Bergson, you'll know him with your philosopher knowledge now, who claimed that the thing that makes slapstick funny is the fact the body is no longer under control of the human entity. That's what's funny for us. It's seeing someone slip over a banana skin, which obviously never happened in real life. But we find it funny because the body becomes a mechanical thing that we don't have any control over.
Brilliant.
Similarly, the penis moving in ways that we cannot control is like that. It's a whale.
I'm so turned on by it.
Inside you.
He is. He has been from the beginning.
I once, sorry, this is nothing to do with anything, but I was, a long time ago. A long time ago, that's what reminded me of. I was doing a PhD in.
This is going to be a long story. It's
going
to take ages.
No, it won't take that long. I didn't do the whole PhD. It was about Victorian sexuality.
Just the first term.
Yeah, Victorian sexuality. And I went to the British Library and I had to look at some, examples of slightly dodgy Victorian porn to try and for this thing that I was doing.
You had to, did you?
But no, I don't. No, but that's the point exactly. Is that I thought I'll be all right here. It's the British Library. They'll understand that I've only come here for research and whatever. So I have to go to a central bit, and the British Library used to then. It's before they just did everything by computer and asked for these books to be brought out to me. And I thought, but it'll be fine, even though they're a little bit on the pornographic side, because it's the British Library. So I handed in my request for these books, and this is what the bloke did. He looked at me and went, this is not good enough. You're supposed to just understand.
Yeah, well, because I think they saw in you the potential to find even a Victorian lithograph erotic.
Yeah, that's true. I do find those.
Of course you do.
Very erotic.
Right, I'll just do a few more comments. Nashim Rashid says, death is nothing to be afraid of either. As Alan Watts put it, you were never born and you will never die. Being the universe self or being nothing, ego. There we go, we're fine. There's nothing to worry about.
Michael Wright says, Russ, what is fear of dying if not the realisation that life is too good to miss and lose?
Don't worry about it, you're going to be fine. You're going to join the great unknown again, like all plankton. That was some Trews comments.
The Trews for plankton. That was the Trews for plankton. Yes, it was.
Trews for plankton, another small marine bacteria. Dun, 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 dun. Pretty good.
If only we knew the name of some other small marine bacteria.
We've wasted our lives.